Hey guys, it's Julian. I'm in the studio. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about tips to overcome writer's block. I get a lot of requests about this because I make so many videos, I make so much music. A lot of people ask me, how do you do it? And the truth is, I get writer's block as well. I get times when I feel like I'm not as inspired, all that kind of stuff. The difference is I just have good ways of coping with it, and I have ways of overcoming it. So the first way that I always like to do to overcome this is force starting. And what I mean by this is sometimes you gotta literally just say, hey, I want to make a track right now. I don't care how inspired I feel. I don't care what I feel like is going on around me. I'm just going to make a track right now. Because really, at any given time, you could. At any time, no matter what, even if you feel like you're not inspired, you can open Ableton and just get started. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Even if you don't feel like you have inspiration, there's no reason why you can't, bring in a loop or something, or watch a tutorial video or something like that, and just try to do something around those ideas. I feel like a lot of times when people say, I'm not inspired, it really just kind of means, maybe they don't have the inspiration right away, and they're not really trying to, work past that. They're not trying to do anything proactive to make it happen. So that's what you need to do, is you need to just force start sometimes. This is kind of like, if you guys watch those videos where I make the full track from scratch, it's think about those. Every time when I'm doing the arrangement on those, it's I'm just starting with a loop, and then I arrange it in the video. I could just say, oh, well, this loop is where I feel like it needs to be. I don't know where to go for the arrangement, so I'm just going to stop. But, in those videos, you guys see, I just say, alright, I'm just going to start with the kick, or I'm just going to start with this. And then pretty soon the inspiration comes, and then all of a sudden I've got all these things that I'm excited to do with the arrangement. So, yeah, I really feel like force starting is really just something everybody has to do sometimes. Everybody. It doesn't matter how big somebody is. It's not just because they were inspired all the time to make all this great music. It's usually because they worked and they force started themselves and they just made it happen regardless, The other thing I would say that you can do when you're kind of uninspired and you need some help is just listen to stuff you normally wouldn't listen to. A lot of times, this is just with the force starting thing. We get, so worked up in our minds, oh, I only make this kind of stuff, or I'm only going to, do stuff inspired by this. But really, that can just kind of close you off in a lot of ways. You don't want to hold yourself back. A lot of times we think that these rules and these things that we stick to are in some way going to benefit us. But like I said, a lot of times you can hold yourself back with that kind of mentality. So try listening to some stuff you normally wouldn't listen to. Maybe if you make techno, try listening to some deep house. Maybe if you make deep house, try listening to some melodic techno or whatever it may be. But listening to different stuff is just going to give you a different perspective. It's if you only listen to the same few artists or the same few tracks or the same sources to find these tracks, you're only getting one or two different perspectives. And then it's people wonder, well, why am I not inspired, or why don't I have any ideas? This is why, is because you're only getting one perspective. You need to open up your horizons and just try and see everything, and it'll help you with the other stuff too. It's I feel when I listen to house music, it helps me make techno just because it's a different perspective. Like I said, I get to see kind of how these people think and what's going on in their head while they're making tracks. And then when I go back the next time to make a techno track, I've got all these different things, even if it's just ideas that have kind of been planted in your mind. It's all of this is going to subconsciously affect what you do. So definitely, I recommend listening to stuff you normally wouldn't. And even if you think you're not going to like it or whatever, just try listening to it. And maybe you're not listening to it for something that you're going to super enjoy and it's going to be your favorite track ever. Maybe you're just listening to it to get a different perspective. But I definitely recommend doing that. And on that note, also, I think another good thing that can really help when you're kind of stuck is trying a new style you normally wouldn't. So this goes back to what I was saying a second ago. Sometimes when I'm not inspired to make techno, I make a house track. And then sometimes when I'm not inspired to make house, I make a techno track. You could try that as well, because it's all going to be different approaches and different perspectives, not just in listening to the stuff, but that you get from trying to make it as well. It's when you're trying to make house music, you learn a lot about, groove and putting together lots of things to make one kind of simple thing, if that makes any sense. And that can help you with a lot of other styles. And same thing, when you're making techno, you learn how to make really simple music that's only a few elements that really hits hard and is really strong, and you can take that to a lot of stuff. I mean, you could take that if you wanted to be in a rock band. You could take lessons that you learned from making techno a few times, and you'll probably be better at making rock. It's so universal like this, and I think really what it comes down to is, like I said, is just trying different stuff. It's like, you can't just be in the same thing forever, because then all of a sudden you're in the same thing for like a year, and then you're wondering why you're not inspired to do that anymore. It's because you've just been banging and banging and banging and banging on that door for a while now, and you need to try and open a different door. So these are some of my tips that I've learned. Really, the main thing that it comes down to also is work. I feel like, it's like I said, with all three of these tips that I've given you, it comes down to you, and it comes down to you making an effort in your head to say, I'm going to do something different today. And that's what you need to do. You know, again, if you just try to do the same thing and try the same thing over and over and over again, and it just isn't working out, well, maybe you just need to mix it up a little bit. You know, this is what happened with me. It's like, prior to starting to put out techno this year and starting to kind of be in that world, I was trying a ton of different stuff for the past few years. It's like, I was trying all these different styles. I was trying like house. I tried kind of like more Fortet, John Hopkins style music. I tried so many different things. And it's like, only when I came to try something that I had never tried before did I really hit my stride. And once I did that, I really found like something great. So it can work for you as well, you know? And I'm not saying just give up everything you've been doing either. I'm just saying, like, try something new. It's a really great way when you might be having a bit of writer's block, or you might need a bit of inspiration to come up with some. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video talking about overcoming writer's block. I get a lot of questions about it, and a lot of you have requested that I make a video like this as well. So, let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more of these kinds of videos. I'm doing a lot of them recently, and you guys seem to be responding pretty well to them, so that's cool. And yeah, if you want to support me, my sample packs are in the description. You can also contact me to get a custom tutorial or ghost production or a lesson, all that kind of stuff. All the info is in the description. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.